Hi everyone. Today we will be learning about Sibahi questionnaire part 2. Patient safety events. An adverse event is a patient safety event that resulted in harm to a patient, which includes sentinel events, reportable events, near miss or good catch or close call, and medication error. So, what is sentinel event? Any unanticipated event in a healthcare setting resulting in death or serious physical or psychological injury to a patient which is not related to the natural cause of patient illness, according to the JCI. Sentinel event list: wrong patient, wrong site of surgery, hemolytic blood transfusion reaction, suicide in an inpatient unit, retained instruments or sponge, intravascular gas embolism, major medication error leading to death or major morbidity, maternal death, infant discharged to wrong family, infant abduction, unexpected death, unexpected loss of limb or function, death of full term infant, rape, workplace violence, fire, suicide of staff, visitors, watchers, critical equipment breakdown or failure when in use, unintentional collapse of any building or structure under construction or alteration, collapse or overturning of any load bearing part of any lift or lifting equipment when in use, equipment malfunction leading to death or major morbidity. Sentinel event reporting. Event should be reported immediately to the in charge person or nursing supervisor by the person who discovered the event by writing OVR. Then the in charge person should send the report immediately to patient safety. Conduct initial review to determine if it meets the sentinel event criteria by the risk manager. If sentinel event is confirmed, incident should be reported to Ministry of Health within 48 hours. Then it must be reported to Sibahi within 5 working days of the internal notification of the event. Root cause analysis RCA with a risk reduction action plan must be submitted to Sibahi within 30 working days. So next we will move on to OVR. So what is OVR? Occurrence Variance Report or internal forms used to document the details of the incident and the investigation of an occurrence and the corrective actions taken. OVR incident grading. All incidents must be graded once reported based on the risk evaluation, which includes likelihood of occurrence categorization and level of harm. Likelihood is time frame based. The first one is rare, never expected to occur for years. Second one is unlikely, expected to occur at least annually. Third one is possible, expected to occur at least monthly. Fourth one likely, expected to occur at least weekly. Fifth one almost certain, expected to occur at least daily. Level of harm is severity level based or length of stay based. First one is negligible, minimal injury requiring no intervention. Second one is minor, minor injury, hospital stay 1 to 3 days. If the patient have minor injury and the stay is for only 1 to 3 days, we will give the score 2. Moderate injury, Hospital stay up to the 14 days. Major injury leading to long-term disability, hospital stay more than 15 days. Catastrophic death. OVR incident risk level. Based on the incident grading, the risk level is identified. Risk level and level of investigation required. If the score is 1 to 3, it's low risk, the color is green, investigation should be closed within 5 working days. If the score is 4 to 6, it's medium, the color is yellow, and the investigation should be completed within 10 working days. If the score is 8 to 12, it's high, the color is amber, and the investigation should be completed within 14 working days. If the score is 15 to 25, it's extreme, the color is red, and the investigation should be completed within 30 working days. Reportable events. A healthcare event resulting to serious injury or other significant harm that resulted to be reported to Ministry of Health. Reportable event list. Third or fourth degree perineal tear post delivery, Erb's palsy, eclampsia in booked patient, missing vaginal swab in female patient, Apgar score 5 in 10 minutes, hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy in a newborn, unexpected unplanned return to OR, unplanned blood transfusion, unscheduled return to ER after discharge from the ward within 72 hours, wrong implant prosthesis, injury or unplanned repair or removal of an organ, complications post ERCP, complication post angiogram, uterine rupture, ROP needing laser cryotherapy, IVH grade 3 or 4, injury to common bile duct during laparoscopic cholecystectomy, stillbirth, therapeutic abortion, septic abortion, maternal ICU admission, and venous thromboembolism. Near miss, a medication error that is detected and corrected before it reached the patient. Other names for near miss, close call and good catch. If any near miss, report it to patient safety department through OVR. Medication error. A medication error is defined as any preventable event that may cause or lead to inappropriate medication use or patient harm while the medication is in the control of the healthcare professional, patient or consumer, according to the National Coordinating Council for Medication Error Reporting and Prevention. Types of medication error: prescription error, transcribing error, omission error, dispensing error, administration error, monitoring error, unauthorized drug error. Medication error reporting. The individual discovering the error must initiate documenting the medication error using the medication error reporting form. If he or she do not document, his or her immediate supervisor should ask him or her to document it. Immediate supervisor or employer should sign the completed medication error report form and forward it to the pharmacy department medication safety unit. The pharmacy department will receive and review medication errors reports through medication error reporting form. The pharmacy department will send medication error report and report will be sent to the quality and patient safety department to analyze the error via OVR. The hospital conducts intensive root cause analysis for all significant or potentially significant medication errors. Medication error category based on the harm level. Category A, circumstances or events that have the capacity to cause error. Category B, an error occurred but the error did not reach the patient, like near miss. Category C, an error occurred that reached the patient but did not cause patient harm. Category D, an error occurred that reached the patient and required monitoring to confirm that it resulted in no harm to the patient and or required intervention to preclude harm. Category E, an error occurred that may have contributed to or resulted in temporary harm to the individual and required intervention. Category F, an error occurred that may have contributed to or resulted in temporary harm to the individual and required intervention and initial or prolonged hospitalization. Category G, an error occurred that may have contributed to or resulted in individual harm, serious injury, prolonged stay, or extensive follow-up. Category H, an error occurred that resulted in life-threatening injury or multiple serious injuries causing hospitalization and required intervention necessary to sustain life. Category I, an error occurred that may have contributed to or resulted in the patient's death. Preventive measures for medication error. Before administering the medications, check for the 10 rights: right drug, right patient, right dose, right route, right time, right documentation, right assessment, right to refuse, right evaluation, and right education. Thank you all.